Last week, a FinCEN official said that out of the 32 million expected BOI reports, only 6.5 million of those have actually been submitted. That's a huge gap, and that means a lot of you guys watching this haven't submitted your BOI report. Now, I've made many different videos on the channel about the Corporate Transparency Act. The first one was about a year ago, and the Corporate Transparency Act was passed in 2021 and went into effect 1/1 of 2024. Any business registered in the United States has to comply with this Corporate Transparency Act, this BOI report filing. And I have videos on how to complete the forms, and I have videos about the rules, and I'm going to summarize a little bit of it here, and I'm going to share a letter that was written to kind of give you guys an update on the whole situation. In general, there's big penalties if you don't comply. Any entity that was created before January 1st, 2024 has until the end of 2024, which is this December, coming up next month, to submit your BOI report. And this is going to be including the business information, the state that you're registered in, the tax number, and then whoever is a beneficial owner of this company. That's going to include anyone who owns more than 25% or who just is the owner of the company, the ultimate beneficial owner. It's not a company, it's an actual person. There's penalties if you don't comply, and you have to submit the form, again, before the end of the year. Now, if you open an LLC during 2024, you have 90 days to do your BOI report. So I'm coming up on 90 days from opening that LLC on the Busy video that I did. And now I'm coming up and I have to do that BOI report now. I'm going to probably make another video going through and just doing it and seeing if the page was updated. There's a lot of facts and stuff, and I want to share my screen and go over this letter that the AICPA wrote to Congress asking for more time, extensions, because there's tight deadlines. Here's this letter you can see here, AICPA to Congress, delay needed in BOI reporting deadline. The whole thing here is that there's a lack of clarity, tight deadlines. This is really where I got that number from. The FinCEN officials have been talking about this. We'll pull this one up too. BOI update, 6.5 million of 32 million reports filed so far, with less than 2 months left for most small businesses to file. This is not enough. And I don't think, unless you're watching YouTube videos, there's so many people who are not going to know about doing this and who are not going to comply. But if you're watching my channel, I want to make sure you comply and avoid these penalties. My top viewed video is how to complete the filing. It's a really easy filing. You shouldn't pay a CPA to do it for you. You can do it yourself. We just do it for free for all of our clients if you're already a client. Reporting deadlines are extended for the victims of the hurricane. So if you have an address in specific places, you can get an extension on your deadline. But if you're watching this, just do it before the end of the year. The decision holding the act has been unconstitutional. That's been appealed. So they're still fighting this. The BOI work is covered by accounting firms, insured, if you're insured. Like, these are just different headlines that have been coming up. For the first year, if you open a company, you have 90 days. But in 2025, if you open a company January 1, 2025, you only have 30 days to submit the report. And that's complicated when the IRS isn't going to submit your EIN or give you your EIN sometimes within 2 months. So if you don't get your EIN, you can't submit the report. It's really complex and it's really a mess. I always tell people, just do your best, submit it. There's going to obviously be a lot of people who just don't submit it. But let's go through this letter a little bit more. The filing requirements: companies created in 2024 have 90 days from their creation date to file the report. And then if your company was open before 2024, you have to do it before the end of this year, or January 1st, 2025. And it's not an annual form. You submit it once, but if your address changes or the beneficial ownership changes of the company, you need to update the report. So when you file the report, save it, and then you update it if anything changes. Now, the AICPA has previously written letters to FinCEN, including this one in early October, requesting extensions. And I believe that was approved. And then they wrote to Congress in February seeking a suspension. The whole point of this law is to combat, as it says here, as anti-money laundering, anti-tax evasion, and terrorist financing, to combat people who are doing that. And I get it, that's all nice and good, but it's just another thing that people have to do. It's not hard to do, and if you're not watching this video, you might not know about it, but I just wanted to make this an update to you guys. So I'm going to make another video right after this one. I'm going to keep this one short. I'll make another video, so subscribe to the channel. The next video, I'm going to do a couple more BOI report filings for my own companies, just an update, because I still have a bunch to do anyways. I might as well record myself doing them and give you guys some updates on that. And just stay tuned to the channel because there may be some changes. AICPA is really pushing Congress. It looks like there were some Extensions, if you have, what does it say in here? If you have an address in one of the hurricane zones, probably Florida, Texas, in these areas. Stay tuned. I'm going to be making more videos about this. Hopefully this is helpful, and hopefully we get some updates soon that make it not required. But for now, there are $500 a day, up to $10,000 if you don't file. Plus, there's potential criminal penalties, send you to prison and stuff. But I think that's only if you don't report it and you're doing terrorist financing. I don't expect them to try and incarcerate the 27 million people, business owners who haven't complied with this yet. So this is just an update. Don't forget to do it. We have until the end of the year.